the BI sales campaign, and let's see. Let's begin. I've always wondered why I don't record the leadership talk. I guess it's maybe it's okay. All right. Anyway, so let's throw up the Trello and take a look at what's going on. Bayou, would you care to join us? Yes.
Yes, yes.
All right, fantastic, great. I've always wanted Buddy to be another pair of eyes to see if there's something that we can do better. So thank you for joining us, Joseph and Gani. Um, I might have missed the memo. Vidi, do you know where Lilith is today?
Oh, there is ceremony, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but she's only taking like few hours off.
Okay, got it. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in then. So first campaign, I'll go to Vidi for the update, Airbnb opportunities. Over to you, Vidi.
Yeah. So for today, I've confirmed there are movements in the upper funnel regarding the application of CSC
Okay,
as well as the pricing methods.
okay,
And the other one for Kagani, there are new strategies aside from pet friendliness. We also found out about kitchen as well as workspace and also Wi-Fi to be
mhm,
added. Kagani will confirm with community team basically.
okay,
And for Nadine's funnel, so she mentioned that she's done follow up mostly on night shifts basically,
mhm,
where there are more space and time. They can go back to the inquiries and do follow ups.
yeah,
And for Katundia, it's still to be continued. But there is like lately there's a slightly higher checkout to goodbye message conversion in the guest journey funnel
nice.
that also will perhaps improve the review conversion rate.
Okay, got it.
So yes, and if we see the stats, you mentioned a little bit about the misclassification of spams.
Mhm.
Uh, are there any examples for that, sir?
Yeah, sure. I sent to you two examples on Slack, but I'll share with them right now. So I'll share my screen and I'll show you what I mean by misclassification of spam. So this issue was first surfaced by Rose. So thank you, Rose, for coming in with a beginner's outlook on it. So what I've been seeing, I don't consider this spam, mainly because it is a potential lead, actually. Okay, so there's a few things that I'd like to share with everyone. Here is what's currently being classified as spam, right? So ATLSDHS, person wrote to us 5 o'clock. I want to rent your house. My son is allergic. I have a question. Please write me in WhatsApp. Plus four, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So in that particular dimension, we did a pre-approval and the pre-approval expired. I don't think that this is spam. And the reason why is spam is if somebody is trying to sell you something that is it's completely unrelated to a rental at all, right? This person is interested in renting, they have actually stated, but they've tried to do a offline negotiation. I think we should have a tactic for just saying, hey, look, we do our things on Airbnb, and this is essentially what you need to do. Perhaps you're new to the community. Um, Classifying as spam means that there was no possibility this could be converted, and I wouldn't agree with that. The second example that was indicated as spam is this one, right? So this guy actually comes in and he says, 你好,可以中文吗? And he basically asks, do you speak Chinese? And then he sends his WeChat. So our our response back is in English, and yes, in this particular case, we have educated, but I think we could probably write that response back in Chinese, and that would probably help a little bit more. So that's what I mean by misclassification of spam. Back to Vidi.
I see. Yep. Then maybe we can try to review because we have the list of inquiries that we have classified as spam. Then we can. I think there's only like what 50 of them out of the 200, and
Okay.
we can go back and take a look at it again and confirm whether it's totally spam or not.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And overall performance in Vidi, better or worse than Wednesday?
Uh, better than Wednesday because we converted few more deals actually within and outside of Airbnb
Okay.
from the funnel.
Okay, sounds good. I have a question right here. Just give me a second while this loads up again. I saw that the review rate is 78%, or yeah, the checkouts is 78.16%, but I'm not sure what number divided by what number produces 78. Could you tell me what you're doing?
Right. So this one is about the because there's I think I mentioned this before. There's a disjoint between the bookings and also the checkouts because the checkouts only refer to any checkouts that happens. It is regarding the inquiry date or
I
booking
see.
date.
Okay.
And before, I believe Lilis and you mentioned that this is what we can collect now. So stick with it. And this is also my discussion with Kabayi regarding the disjoint between in the funnel, because it's not a true funnel in a sense.
Okay, understand because there's going to be some. There's probably some lead. Actually, then that kind of brings up the other question, which is when you reset it every month, then doesn't it make it worse? Because then essentially you're going to always be. Okay, well,
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, yes. It depends on which anchor point do you put your leads on in the inquiry received or the booking received.
okay,
Uh, yeah.
okay. So then my simple question is, what number divided by what number equals 78?
Checkouts is the number of checkout
Uh,
divided by the number of inquiries converted plus instant books. So number of reservation
okay, got it.
from the previous funnels.
Okay, got it. So let me just say 68 divided by 68 plus 31. All right. Wait. V plus 19. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see. Okay. All right. Increase converted, but not direct, right?
Yeah, not direct.
Okay, got it. Why have we chosen to leave out the direct ones again? Just
Because if it's direct, then it will be recorded as checkouts from direct.
right. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. So bottom of funnel looks good. Still the mid funnel that. Okay. All right. We have to analyze what spam means, right? So okay. All right. Thank you, Vidi. That does look good. Looks like we're moving along there. Let's go to the next campaign. So who wants to represent Lilith? Is it you, Vidi, or somebody else?
Yes, sir. It
Okay.
will be me.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look at it. So tell us what's happening.
Okay, so basically, according to Lilis notes, there are some problems that happened probably from probe listing because we had what do you call it when guests look at the villa inspection, basically
Mhm.
on-site visits. But at first, we don't know the resolution and we do not want to accuse our partner. But coincidentally, after there is a refuse or turn down from the partner side regarding the price, the partner actually got very similar deal on the same price that we offered. But in our case, it's still with our commission, right? But in their case, it's without commission, for example, and in the same range, it's 6 months. That's why we had Om Rafik to talk with Villa Shanti owner Pabiro, but again, we cannot confirm the name of the guest, for example. But according to Lilis, one of the potential guest friend is actually staying in Villa Shanti, so not the guest itself. So we're not sure. So in that response, perhaps we need offline hosts such as Om Rafik that will help accompany our guests to visit the villa to
We're being circumvented, basically, right?
yeah, and maybe there might be actions from community to improve the commitment from our partner, like not doing transaction outside of Bukit Vista from Bukit Vista's guest, for example.
I see. Okay, so what happened was basically we brought the guest there, and they made a direct deal with the owner. In
Yes, but we cannot confirm that it's the same guest, but there are signs like the length of stay, the value itself, as well as some other
Okay,
signs.
all right. Based on that circumstantial evidence, I would say that that's pretty clear. It's
Yeah,
unlikely that, let's say, the relative of a guest. Every inquiry is pretty unique. No two people have exactly the same check-in, check-out dates, right? Um,
yeah, yeah.
because of that
So,
minimal. So I would assume that yeah, that probably looks like a circumvention. Okay, yeah, I think we need to have a good discussion with Patwiro about stuff like that.
Actually, Rafik already went to Pabiro last yesterday.
Okay.
But again, yeah, maybe the thing that we can do from our side, according to Lilis, is also think about the mechanism of the on-site visit.
Yes, I think so. I think
Yeah.
yeah, that should be reduced. Okay, so in terms of let's say, do we need to add another stage to this funnel between inquiries and reservations? Like for example, maybe B1,
On-site visits.
which is the number of inspections, perhaps, right?
Oh yeah, that could be useful actually,
Okay.
because this is direct booking in the way. Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's go ahead and let me ask who's in charge of that segment of the funnel. Or actually, let me ask Vidi, who's in charge of that segment of the funnel.
For the funnel, actually, it should be Nadine's funnel, I believe.
Okay,
Reservation.
okay. Then can we? Oh wait, we need a secretary here. Gani, can I ask? Okay, Gani, can you write on this card that Nadine will report basically the number of inspections that have happened, at least for this moment, until we've settled whether or not to reset the counter. The total number of inspections that have happened from
From
what,
the number of inquiries, let's say.
September 8th, yeah, from September 8th until now, so that we can see where the drop off is. Is it that we're getting a large number of inspections and we're sort of getting circumvented, or is it that we don't convert inquiries into bookings?
Yep.
I'd like to have more clarity on that one. Okay, thank you. I appreciate. Oh, there's Nadine. Okay, there she is. Hey, Nadine. Okay, so yeah, Nadine, as quickly as possible, let's get those numbers there, and like to see where the drop off is. Um, just if you were to guess, Nadine, how many inspections have we had since September 8th for this particular campaign?
Oh, there's a lot, sir, actually, but
Okay,
I'm not sure the number.
like give me, is it above 10? Is it above 20? Is it above 30? Like, what does a lot mean?
More than 10, less than 20.
Okay, more than 10, less than 20. Okay, all right, that's a good amount then. All right, yeah, I think we need to be a little bit more street smart and figure out how to avoid this type of non-conversion. Yeah. They're probably not converting for a few reasons there. Okay, all right. Thank you for that update. That makes it more transparent. Next, let's go over to the. Oh shit! Yeah, that's a good point. There's no point in doing any of this before we have more solid agreement with our partners. Yeah, because that could just be a waste of time and money then on any of this top of funnel activity. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the next one, which is B8. Let's see. Let's go over to Gani. Tell us about the Instagram, Gani, please.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So basically, on the Instagram right now, we are moving forward, and on the upper funnel, it is moving, and there is a lot of more posts, and the inquiry growing up as well, but it's rather slowly, and yeah, and last night we have a lot of insight from Gary Perez, the the digital marketer from AdGlow, and for upcoming plan as well, I already discussed with Cynthia by today,
Mhm.
and we already have a strategy to ask the guests to leave the review and what is ask their content preference on Instagram. So,
Okay, good. I hope to see, yeah, more bottom of funnel activity in that particular case. Let's go over to Nadine, and or actually, wait, like who's on level C here? Is it Nadine or I think it's
it's
Andre? Andre.
Andre. So,
Okay. Uh,
I,
have we had any inspections that you know of, Gani, for this campaign?
I I don't know, sir.
Okay.
And
All right. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. So that's the update, and hopefully, Mr. Secretary, let's just go ahead and put a note that we spoke with Gary Perez on October 1st last night, and if we did learn something from that, we should see an accelerated growth in the rest of the conversions. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next one, which is Joseph. Joseph, tell us about BI5 agent sales.
Okay, hello, thank you. So for yesterday, the insight was some of the new and old inquiries are for booking on Christmas. So I think we can start making strategy for it since the inquiries for Christmas is coming from now. And for today update, almost all inquiries are asking for negotiation. And for example, lot three, there is always negotiation. It cannot be like I give them the offer and it's done. And since that happens a lot, I suggest that maybe we can ask owner for like minimum price so that whenever we want to negotiate, it can go faster. Because like for yesterday, when I want to negotiate with an agent, it took me like 8 hours because I have to wait for the response from the owner.
No.
Yeah, that's it. And also just like 30 minutes ago, I made one more deal, but I haven't like recorded it in today's update yet. So
Okay.
we didn't.
Joseph, for this one, let me jump in. We should never give minimum price to an agent, right? Because then that creates a merchant effect where they can actually potentially make a higher
Oh,
profit than us.
yeah. Actually, so it's not for the agent, but it's for us, so that we know, like we know the minimum price of the property, so that we don't have to negotiate with the owner over and
Yeah,
over
sure.
every time.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. For the agents, they should probably negotiate as high as possible, right?
Yeah, true.
To their side. We should too, actually, in that particular regard. But yeah, for Christmas and everything, I guess rely on your fellow BI, colleagues there to get the minimum price from the owners, what they would expect for peak season. More better, I would say we should know what that price is, right? We should know what it is that a minimum price during Christmas for like a pool, like a 3 bedroom beachfront villa should be. That would be more ideal. But okay, all right, reduces the back and forward. Interesting. I forgot to ask Gani and Vidi earlier, but is this campaign doing better or worse than the last time? Then Joseph,
It's getting better because we got another deal. So yeah,
we got more deals.
yeah, we got actually one, not a lot, but one more deal.
Okay, inquiries converted, and so far at this point, okay, so Nadine's helping you convert these inquiries too as well, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Let me go over to ask Nadine. Nadine, why do you think that these deals are converting at a higher percentage than the Facebook deals?
What I think is this, sir, because when the inquiry coming from the agent, the guest is actually already the loyal guest from the agent. So every recommendation from the agent, they would trust the agent.
I see.
So that's what is that? It makes the negotiation more faster and also easier because they trust the agent.
Strangely enough, okay, all right, fair enough.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Yeah, I think this one actually seems to me have higher potential than the Facebook post at this point. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask. Ideally, it would be good if Lois was here. Should we?
Sir, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
But like several times, the agent is also seeing the advertisement from the prop listing. So
Oh, okay. So we have
yes.
okay, different funnel, right? Pro listings are meant to get direct guests, but if we get, let's say, agent funnel, because it starts a different process then, which is fine. I guess one sort of feeds the other one. Okay, in this particular case, let me go to Vidi. Vidi, do you think we should upgrade the priority of this particular campaign then above Facebook pro listing?
In these regards, I think so. But like, what if we think about Facebook post listing as the upper funnel part only?
I see. Okay, let's go and discuss that then. So whose campaign is the Facebook? It's yours, right? Okay, it's Lilis's. So
Yes, yes.
should we pivot then Facebook uh, posts or pro listings to agents? Target specifically agents and have an agent message on it?
Yeah. I think so. Include the like how do you include message for agent actually, sir? Because if we do it in general, agents will eventually also reach us. So what I meant was
Ah,
like if we have a published post, it's just like creating the signals for agents.
correct. You know what's funny, Vidya? I wonder. I just had this thought. What's the difference between an agent and a real buyer?
In my opinion, that's the difference.
A what?
Yeah, that's also what I thought. Like agents, in this regard, agents and buyers doesn't have any. There's no distinction between them.
Right,
It's still
right. It's basically a buyer asking for a 15% discount, right?
yeah, correct.
Okay, all right. Could be that. Let's see then. Okay, so what do you have a proposal then, Vidi, for how we can integrate? Should we integrate or should we promote one above the other? Your thoughts?
I think innovate is good, sir.
Okay. All right. So do you have a proposal at the moment, or would you like some more time to think about it?
I'll have to think about it first.
Okay. All right. I do think then at least we should probably put the agent sales above Instagram at this moment because it is progressing. Instagram, yes, in the past had been very good, but at the moment, we haven't seen any deals yet, right? So we haven't even seen any inspections yet. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to move the agent sales above Instagram, keep it below Facebook probe listing, and with the possibility later of merging Facebook probe listing and agent sales into a combined campaign. Does that sound like a good idea, Vidi?
Yep. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay, then Vidi, I'll let you move up the agent sales higher in the priority above Instagram campaign. Then, hopefully, then that will get us some things. And Instagram, please work vigorously to get your position back. Yeah, in terms of priority on there. Okay, that is pretty much it that I can see. Now I have a new question. It's a good question. Have I do I have any blind spots that I'm not seeing right now? And I'm going to ask everybody that question. Okay. So let's go over to Rizal. Rizal, do you see in this overview any of my blind spots? Am I missing something that you can see better than I can?
For our campaign, sir?
Yeah, for any of the campaigns. Do you see any blind spots?
Hmm. For my side is probably from the publicity. I don't know. Like the matching guest, right? I don't know. That's comes from the in which campaign. Like when there is a guest asking our properties, and then we match our supply with the guest need, and where this is campaign from. And basically that's my question. It is from I'm finding the supply. It is converting to deals or just only.
Okay. Very good question. Very good question. Okay, so let's go to Nadine. Nadine, for the request that we're sending over to the marketing team at the moment, which campaign is it coming from, Nadine?
Uh, Mostly both from Airbnb or prop listings, sir.
Okay, so from Airbnb or Probe listings. Okay, and Rizal, let me understand a little bit more why that's important for you to know.
Yeah, because if it is converting to deal, the marketing team, the supply team is not working as a waste, right? So because we find and then it will convert. So okay, that the our finding is just apa menghasilkan sesuatu gitu sih.
Okay, at that part I understand. This is where I need better documentation then from probably the middle funnel then Nadine. So what I need is whenever you request for a particular type of supply, could you write it on the campaign and perhaps put a screenshot of the particular request on the card, right? So that way we can trace it back to which particular campaign asked for which particular type of supply. Does that sound good, Nadine?
Yes, sir. But also, Karizal, maybe once you like found one villa, and then you can notify all the HR. I found this villa to answering your request, this request. So we also all notified.
Okay,
Karizal.
good. Can we agree that that should happen on the campaign card? So all sort of campaign requests and responses to, let's say, a request for market supply happen on the BI board and on the particular card from which the request on the campaign card from where the request originated and then where the response goes back to is on the same card. Can we do that? Does that sound good, Rizal, Nadine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me double check with Vidi. Vidi, does that is or actually Vidi and Bayou too? Is there another system that we have for that, or is this the best system that you guys can think of at the moment? Let's talk to Bayou first.
I don't have any idea right now actually.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Vidi then. Vidi, any thoughts on your side?
Um, I think like there are also cards in the direct inquiry optimizations, right, for each inquiries.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh yeah, but are they like if we look just like if we got glance at it a little bit, like the documentation is not really complete either way in the activity for each inquiries. For example, there are some inquiries that has reasons like why they are turned down, for example,
Mhm.
but we don't see the conversation between the marketing and also like for example, we can also add in the card activity like just tag a result to see the requirement or the inquiry of the
Okay, and that would be on the direct inquiry board, right?
yep.
Okay. All right. We need to decide because there's different levels of visibility there, right? If we put it at the campaign level, then there's campaign visibility, and that would then, I guess, direct the campaign in the correct direction, right? Rather than, let's
Right.
say, if we keep on accumulating supply that has no, doesn't get any bookings. It's not a, yeah, the finance person in the future would not approve of that, right? So that I think creates the strategic visibility. Um, I agree that if you put it on the direct inquiry cards, it's probably more succinct. But I would trust that since we're all here, any sort of thing that showed up would be seen here, and it would be integrated in. So
Yep.
okay,
Makes sense.
all right, then let's do this for the moment because this sort of call and response type system hasn't produced a booking yet. Let's keep it at campaign level, everyone, right? So Nadine will report on the campaign level when there's a type of supply, tag Rizal on it. Rizal will respond when there is a fit, and that way everybody can see what's going on. Okay, and we'll decide if the strategy is sustainable. Okay, all right, that's that then. Thank you, Rizal, for that update. Let's go over to Gani. Gani, do you see any blind spots currently that I'm unable to see? Any parts of the funnel that could be like what you know, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so I remember last night that Gary Perez said that probably what we do right now it's maybe convert into the future. I mean, whatever, like two weeks later or 1 month later. So I think we cannot predict correctly. So what's the conversion happen? So
Sure.
we do right now, but we don't know the future, right? So
Okay.
like for like Facebook prop listing, our prop listing on the July it's still having inquiries. So
Of course.
so what we post today, I think it's apa namanya menghasilkan in the future. So we can to
All the more
monitor.
reason to keep a cumulative card, I think, right? So that we can have a better understanding of what sort of seeds result and what sort of output. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, that's taken into consideration, and perhaps that should be taken into consideration of how we report on the campaigns too, as well, to account for these long funnels and time between the post and the actual conversion. Okay, no, we know that. Yeah, that part is cool. Let's go over to Joseph. Joseph, do you see any blind spots that the rest of us can't see at the moment?
I'm sorry, sir. I might have been lost for
Okay.
a moment because
Do
an
you
agent called me.
like that I'm missing basically? Do you see anything that okay, Jing doesn't seem to see this part of the picture that I can see more clearly?
Mm, no, I don't think I see any, sir, yet
Okay.
now. But if I see, I will tell you.
Okay, let's go to Nadine. Nadine, anything that you any blind spots that we might have that I might have actually?
I don't find any, sir, for
Okay.
now.
All right, and let's go to Bayu. Wait, let's go to Vidi. Vidi, any blind spots that you can see?
Um, Currently it's only about the like in product development we have this thing called the cost of each project and whether it's like it actually converts to something, right?
Mhm.
We've done this for a month and there are no, for example, like for Airbnb opportunities, does it complete like the SLA? I mean, like does it convert according to the standards of the SLA? Should it be continued? Currently, previously there are some discontinued campaign, but it's only because, for example, it doesn't convert to inquiries or deals. But for those that converts into deals, whether the deal is actually worth the effort,
Yeah, good point. Actually,
the, yeah,
good.
the cost and benefit of each campaign,
Okay,
and like the period of experiment. Let's say, okay, let's do this for 30 days. If it doesn't convert, then let's stop this or something like that.
okay, let's do that then. Should we add a overall revenue at the or simultaneously at the booking stage, right? So we don't just count the bookings, but we also count the revenue associated with the bookings.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Okay, so then let's do this, Mr. Secretary. Can we ask that? Okay, is that a big ask to get everybody to calculate what their total revenues were on all the bookings
Or is it already calculated in the funnel that you made, Kabayu?
over to Bayou?
Which one do
Like
you mean?
the revenue, but it's per OTA, yeah, Kabayu, in your funnel. The revenue per OTA.
Yeah, we don't know which campaign is that coming from.
Right, that's not, we don't know which campaign.
Right. Okay, but at least we'll get the Airbnb one, right?
Yeah, Airbnb one is, yeah, we can calculate that one.
Got it. Oh,
Actually, I have modified the direct booking Trello. So basically, on each
Yep.
entry, there's a potential value, and then there's a deal value. So if we can actually get those data, and then we can compare from which campaign have biggest potential and which one is actually converted into deal and how much.
sounds good. Yeah. Okay. That sort of then brings up the question. We don't have Booking.com, right? Which I'm sure brings in some value to our organization. Should we have that? Question is to Vidi.
So yeah, yesterday actually I had some discussion with Lilis regarding this. I will report to Lilis back by today regarding the potential of Booking.com basically.
Okay, got it. I'm sure there's things we probably could optimize on Booking.com to make it work better for us, but okay, all right. Let's explore that then. So then, can we say that by next week we can have the booking values on each of the okay, all right. I'm a little bit like sometimes I think like this. Okay, so this is getting back to what Vidi was talking about. Let's say, for example, on Instagram, right? If it's a new channel, actually, it's not a new channel. That channel we should be able to see good results on. But if let's say it's a new channel, let's say it's like TikTok, right? I wouldn't expect the deals to be big in the beginning, but I would expect, let's say, are the deals growing in size, right? That would be, I think, a way to decide if we decide to pursue a certain campaign or not. Not necessarily by the straight deal value, but like let's say, is the deal value increasing over time?
Oh yeah. Maybe that's a better phrasing, like the temporal, because we screenshot this stuff, right? We don't see like a visualization of the time series data. So
Exactly. Yeah. So if the time series is growing, then it probably would be a good indication to continue. And so we're basically looking at first derivative, right? We're looking at like, is it growing revenue or is it shrinking revenue campaign? All right. For the meantime, let me ask Vidi. Vidi, based on what you see, and it would be good to have Lewis here actually for this one, but based on you see, do we have extra bandwidth? Not enough bandwidth for the current campaigns, or how do you foresee it? Because I don't see any new innovations either in the pipeline. So
exactly, that's why I think it's like almost at the edge of the bandwidth.
Okay.
Like that's why there are some difficulties in investing on like, and also there are limits to, perhaps there are limits to what we can do perhaps.
Perhaps, yeah. I was talking to Bayu yesterday about that too. Maybe if we've optimized all that we can, then we need to maybe think about different games that we can play as well. Okay, all right. Thank you then. And I forgot Bayu, of course. Bayu, being a new visitor to this particular process, do you see any blind spots that we're unable to see?
No, actually, I just want to, the same with what Vidi said actually, the finance thing. So, how much each campaign or each pivot actually worth, and then how much is the return for that in terms of revenue and effort? I think I don't know if you have that or not in high level.
We do not. We do not. I would actually. We have maybe the building blocks to how to calculate that value. So what we've done before, Gani's done this already for marketing, is time blocking, right? So there's a certain amount of time blocking that we assign to each campaign based on its priority. So first priority campaigns get like maybe 2 hours a day. Second priority campaigns get a little bit less. Rizal knows this too as well. I think if we, let's say, are able to sort of budget that way, like whatever is a first priority campaign gets X number of hours per day across, let's say, 5 layers of the chapter or whatever it is, then that gives us a total amount of resources spent per week on it, right? And if that's well spent. In terms of overall budget, I would say this too as well. Here's a question: what would we do with that time if we could get it back? Either, right? We need kind of like an innovation. We need a new idea that's better than an existing idea to really see that. So then essentially that goes back to BI, right? It's BI's job to really come up with new campaigns and such. So if we do have, let's say, alternative and new creative ideas, then we can shift that budget to something that produces more. But if there's nothing else, then where would we shift that time budget to? I guess, right? Back to Bayu.
Okay. I mean, the if there's anything not worth the time, we should know that, and then we should stop that soon as we know, right?
Yeah, no,
So
definitely. That's what we stopped doing a few of the last campaigns, I think, right? That were around. Vidi, you gotta help refresh my memory. What campaign?
Yeah, the social media listening and also booking.com, we paused that one.
Okay, all right, got it. Yeah. So we paused social media listening. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, inactive, right?
Okay, I'm wondering why, but no, there was another one that we totally took off the board, right? There was another Facebook or something like a few weeks back that we removed.
Oh yeah, that's social media listening. When we find a post by potential guest and then we approach them.
Ah, right. Oh shit, we're about to do some more social media listening now, got it. But maybe this time we'll do it on a different level, right? More on like understanding what guests like.
Okay.
Okay, back to Bayu.
Actually, it's just a small idea, and I don't know if you guys already do this or not. So in Twitter, actually, there's a trend for some influencer that they post a compilation of the best accommodation in Jogja, best
Okay.
accommodation in Bali, and then it getting a lot of traffic. Actually, like thousands of likes and comments.
Wow.
So have we tracked that? Just follow the thread and then see who saved that tweet. Probably that person is a potential buyer, and maybe we can even promote on that thread.
Pretty good. I like that idea. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, whoever likes those can be. That's a form of social media listening, I guess, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Think about
We need somebody to investigate this then. So, who do we have on the team that has extra bandwidth that would like to investigate Twitter? Bayu, do you have some bandwidth to get this started?
Yeah, sure, I'll try. Yeah.
Okay. So, Bayu, what I'd like you to do is, can you run the MVP of that, right? Can you
Alright.
can you just sort of get us and MVP? I mean, can you get us one response back from somebody? And if you have that, then create a card, and then I'll have Lilith and Vidi think about using that as an inspiration for a future campaign. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Oh, by the way, I think we closed our Twitter account, right? So,
Oh shit, we did. Okay. Can you use your?
but is it permanent? Delete it or just make it
I
unavailable?
think we have it. I still have it by you. So I'll try to find. I'll try to get. Oh god, this is a funny one. I'll try to get you the login, right? So that you can, and then more password shit. Okay, so what I'll do is this.
Okay.
Um,
Otherwise, yeah, I'll just use a dummy account or something like that.
okay, all right. So yeah, once you've proven that you can get a response back, please come back ASAP, and then that could be the inspiration for our next campaign, I think. Joseph did something similar for the sales agents, and eventually it worked. So why not? Okay, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys very much. I know we went over time, but this is the sort of the final wrap up for the week. So I'll let everyone go. Let me just have a final word with Vidi and Bayu, yeah, and I'll see everybody else at the happy hour. Or at the Vista anniversary. At the Vista anniversary, yeah. For Nadine and oh, don't forget, everyone come to the Vista anniversary for Nadine and Ara. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the first time we do it.
Thank you, sir. Bye.